HOA Karen had always dreamed of control. She wasn't just the head of the homeowners association. She was its self-appointed queen. Every blade of grass, every painted mailbox, every outdoor light had to meet her standards. But her latest stunt went too far. She gave away my lakefront. I own a 10-acre property on the north side of Silver Pine Lake. The HOA line ends right before my fence. Clearly marked, clearly filed. My family's had this land for 60 years. But when Karen became HOA president, she started expanding her territory. First, it was speed bumps. Then, new rules about quiet hours. Then she started claiming the HOA maintained part of my shoreline. I laughed it off, until one morning I woke up to find dock construction crews on my land. Big trucks, excavators, signs reading HOA members only beach area, coming soon. I nearly spit out my coffee. I stormed down to the lake, and there she was, sun hat, clipboard, and her trademark smug grin. "Morning," she chirped. "Don't mind the noise. We're developing a community dock. You'll still have access, of course, but technically this shoreline is under HOA management now." "Under HOA what now?" I asked. She gave me that condescending smile. "It's all in the new community map. I redrew the zoning to include your waterfront. It makes more sense for the neighborhood's future plans." I took a deep breath. "Karen, you can't redraw land that doesn't belong to you." "Oh, don't be dramatic," she said. "Everyone agreed at the board meeting." "Everyone," I repeated. "Except the guy who owns the land." She waved her clipboard like a magic wand. "It's done. We already approved the HOA budget. Construction begins today." Now, I could have called the cops then and there, but I didn't. I smiled instead. "All right, Karen, you do what you think is right." Because what she didn't know, that lakefront wasn't just my property. It was legally exempt from any HOA governance, and I had surveys, deeds, and GPS coordinates proving it. That night, I got to work. I called my lawyer, who specializes in property law and, bless his soul, loves dealing with HOA nonsense. I also hired a surveyor to come in first thing the next morning. When the survey markers went in, the truth was brutal. Karen's community dock was 12 feet inside my land boundary. My lawyer sent a cease and desist. Karen laughed. "Go ahead," she told the crew. "He's bluffing. The HOA has jurisdiction." Oh, I was not bluffing. 3 days later, I filed for a temporary injunction and sent certified letters to every HOA member explaining that Karen had built private property on someone else's land, and any participation in its use would be considered trespassing. The best part? I didn't stop there. While she was busy hosting HOA dock meetings, I began building something of my own, a fence. Not some rickety wood fence either, a 7-foot reinforced steel security fence. It started at my boundary marker and wrapped the entire waterfront like a fortress. The crew finished in 2 days, and when Karen arrived for her next inspection, her jaw hit the dirt. She screamed, "What is this?" "My fence," I said calmly, sipping lemonade. "On my land. You can't block lake access. The HOA owns this shoreline." I handed her a copy of the county map. "Nope, you own up to the road. This entire stretch, including your shiny new dock, sits on private property. Mine." She tried to bluster. "You can't do this. You'll hear from the HOA attorney." "Oh, I already have," I said. "And guess what? Your HOA is now being sued for unlawful encroachment, property damage, and attempted land theft." The color drained from her face. Within 2 weeks, the county inspector came out. They ruled in my favor, confirming Karen's construction violated not only zoning laws but also state environmental protections for unauthorized shoreline development. The HOA got slapped with $85,000 in fines. The dock, ordered to be removed, at their expense. Karen tried one last desperate move. She hosted an emergency HOA vote to appeal the decision. But when the members found out her stunt would raise everyone's dues by 400%, they turned on her instantly. The next day, she was forced to resign. As the HOA crew tore down the dock, I added one final touch, a massive steel gate with a motion-triggered sign that read, Private property. Trespassers will be prosecuted. HOA not welcome. Every time someone approached the gate, a motion sensor played a little message. I recorded myself. Hey Karen, still think you own my lakefront? She moved out 3 months later. The new HOA president sent me a written apology and even offered to cover half the fence maintenance. Now, when I sit on my porch overlooking the water, I can still see where her dock once stood. Just a flat patch of dirt and a few old nail holes. And honestly, it looks perfect. Because no one, not even an HOA queen, gets to give away what they don't own. And as for the fence, let's just say it's the prettiest monument to karma that Silverpine Lake has ever seen.